Hello, welcome to Beginning Cooks. Have you heard of Bloomin Onion? Despite what Outback commercials might make you think, Bloomin Onion is actually an American invention. It's basically just a fried sweet onion with some breading on it and a nice good dipping sauce. I found a recipe on allrecipes.com to make one. It's got great reviews and it's a few basic ingredients. It's uploaded by someone named Jackie Smith and I'm excited to try it. I'd also like to give a shout out to a fellow YouTube cook, Lumpy Q. I'm subscribed to his channel. I'm a big fan of him. He usually does a lot of meats on the grill. He recently did a cedar plank salmon and salt plate shrimp that looked really good. So check out his channel. I'll provide links in this video. If you'd like a bloomin' onion, let's make one. This recipe recommends use about 3/4 a cup of vegetable oil for frying. And you're going to want to get it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. But when frying, always be super careful. In my case, I don't want to raise this up much higher. I might even pour a little out before it heats up. Because if it raises up when you put your onion in, it could catch fire. So you have to be extremely careful. To make the dipping sauce, you need half a cup of mayonnaise, a tablespoon of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of creamy style horseradish. There's 1, there's 2. You need 1/3 teaspoon of paprika, and this is a 1/4 teaspoon measure, so I made it a little heaping. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon dried oregano, and again I'm just using half of my 1/4 teaspoon. It's such a small amount. 1/3 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and just a pinch of black pepper. So I'm going to do 2 shakes. Now mix all these together and you have your dipping sauce. Mix them as thoroughly as possible. And refrigerate it until you need it. Just like when breading and frying meats, the batter consists of 2 stages, a wet stage and a dry stage. For the wet stage, you need to whisk and beat 1 egg, and add 1 cup of milk. And lightly mix those together. Now for the dry ingredients, you need 1 cup of flour. You need 1½ teaspoons of salt. You need 1½ teaspoons of cayenne pepper. You need a teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1/3 teaspoon of dried oregano, if you have it, 1/8 teaspoon of dried thyme, and 1/8 teaspoon of ground cumin. Lightly mix all these together. Make sure everything mixes pretty evenly. Now we need to cut our onion, our large sweet onion, into the shape of a bloomin' onion. So cut off about 1 inch at the top, so a little more than you would normally. And cut off about 1 inch at the bottom. Then just carefully peel the outer layer away. Normally I cut onions in half to help with the peeling, but we don't want to cut this in half because we want it to have that signature shape. There we go, 1 inch off the top, 1 inch off the bottom, nice and peeled. Now the recipe says using a thin knife, cut about a 1 inch diameter hole out of the center. So it's not going to be too big a hole. And I'm imagining we're going to want to go a little deeper than that. So I'm just going to keep chipping away at the center, and as you can see my hole is beginning to open up a little bit. So I'd say cut down about halfway with that hole. Once you are satisfied with your center being hollowed out, cut the onion 3/4 of the way down in the center. So be careful, don't go all the way to the bottom. Then cut it again 3/4 of the way down. And we're going to do a total of 16 cuts. Just make sure you don't cut it all the way. And just be very careful as you cut it in half. Make sure you begin to peel back the petals of your onion. I have a layer about to fall off, so just be careful. Now we can begin the dipping phase. First, dip it into your milk and egg mixture. Then, dip it into your flour and spices mixture. Coat it liberally. So spread back your petals, really get a lot of the flour in there. Really ensure that it's sticking to a lot of it. Oh yeah, that's looking great. Just repeat the process. So again, coat with the milk and egg. And then again, cover with your powder and your flour and everything. Don't be afraid to open the petals a little bit. Really sprinkle the flour deep down in there. Okay, I'd say that's nice and coated. My oil is hit 350, and because we're working with frying, be super careful. I'm gonna slowly lower mine in. I've made a few attempts. Watch the oil, you don't want it to rise. There we go. I'm okay with that, because you don't want it to rise too high. Honestly, use a bit taller of a pot too. I didn't want mine to overflow, and start a fire. That can get super hazardous, super quick. So just let it fry for 10 minutes. Make sure you have a nice cooling rack with a paper towel underneath. And take out your Bloomin' Onion. I probably fried mine too long. Mine's kind of falling apart everywhere. That's okay. And I needed more breading to help stick it together. But you live and you learn. Ooh, yeah, my outer layer looks really nice. Maybe I can try to put it back together again and see how it looks. Form your Bloomin' Onion as best you can and spoon your sauce into the center. If yours didn't come apart like mine, hopefully you learned from my mistakes, it will be nice and cradled in the center. But let's see how it tastes. I got one of the crispier pieces of my Bloomin' Onion and I got some of my sauce. Ooh. Oh yeah. The onion tastes delicious fried, and the breading and the sauce is really where it's at. If you get enough breading on your Bloomin' Onion, it gives us this wonderful variety of spices that just give it a really nice kick. And the coolness of the sauce, they go together so well. Of course though, I made a few basic mistakes. Make sure your oil is pretty low, enough that it will cover your onion, but that it won't come anywhere near close to the edge of the pan. I had to pour some of my extra oil out, so that kind of messed me up. Also make sure you really get the breading onto your onion thoroughly. Those combined will help your onion cook quicker and look better. But this was a simple enough recipe, and it was delicious. So if you want some Bloomin' Onion, please try this. And if you like this video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.